What's going on, you guys? Welcome to another video for Petrolhead Visions 1879. Guys, today I've got an interesting package today. It is a jack. Finally got a jack. I'm gonna put this together, and then basically what I'm gonna do is I may service my bike, but I'm gonna see what it looks like with the jack underneath the bike and lifting the bike up. Maybe I'll get some work done on the tires for the stickers and actually do an oil change on my bike and an oil filter change as well. It should be a lot easier than that right now, because this here will basically save every bit of work that I need to do to get underneath the bike, because it'll be up in the air and just makes life easier for doing any modifications at all, or even taking the wheels off in the future and maybe getting it sprayed soon, guys. So first of all, we've got a new mod on my brother's Vrod muscle. Here's mine. Still love this, and I love these indicators, and I love the mirrors. Just actually line them up so they actually are symmetrical as well. And this is what we've done to my brother's bike. So we've got the same stock headlight with a new LED bulb inside as well, which gives it more light for the dark rides, just in case that happens. And we'll be changing these soon. This will be changed soon as well from brother's bike. So got the jack together. It was a little bit tough as my first motorbike jack putting this together, but as soon as I got the YouTube channel on how to actually put this together, it was so easy. It took me about 10 minutes to get it done, and yeah guys, perfect thing. And now I'm gonna give you an actual video of doing an oil change on my bike, and also an oil filter change too, which have got all the parts and also the tools to do the correct job for this. Uh-oh, the wind is terrible. So guys, I finished the oil change and the oil filter change on my Harley Davidson Vrod, which is 2015 muscle. I had to get, for this, you have to get 20W 50/40 four-stroke motorcycle oil, that you require 4.3 liters of oil to do so. And then also I had to use a 13 socket or spanner tool, and also a 17 socket or spanner tool as well, to remove the oil nuts from the actual oil tank itself, and also to remove the two bolts which will be seen on the actual radiator, to move the one metal piece off the radiator so you can move it forward and get to the oil filter. And also, if you have a stock Harley Davidson Vrod oil filter, you require one of these to remove the oil filter, and then a bucket as well, which I did have. And if you also would like a funnel to obviously put the oil from the new bottle of oil into the actual bike itself, 4.3 liters of oil. But then I also had the empty bucket over here, which I put the remaining old oil in the actual bottle itself, which I will dispose of too. It's fairly straightforward, guys. Have a look how it's done if you would like to do so. And yeah, it's fairly simple if you have the right tools, and be patient with it too. Once letting the oil run out of the bike, it takes a bit of time, at least 30 minutes. I've waited for at least the drops to stop coming out of my bike. Right, she is up in the air. Now I had to put those towels underneath the actual bike itself, because the bike is too low to get the jack underneath. Some towels to the front and some wooden planks to the front, just to get the bike in the air, basically get the jack underneath it. But she's up, and even the back wheel is rolling, which is quite cool. I can actually even do these little stickers too. I will put also the straps to go over the bike as well, to make sure it doesn't obviously topple over. But it is quite scary to see a bike standing up straight. But it's quite nice actually. It gives a good view of everything symmetrically. So the mirrors look quite symmetric, which is quite nice. Yeah, perfect. Let's get this oil change done, shall we? So first things first, let's get this bucket underneath. That's where the oil is going to be or dropping into, basically, for the oil change. And the next thing we'll do is get the bolt out, and then also take the oil filter out too. Now what I do have is a K&N filter, and the reason why I got that one is because the Harley oil filter does not have this bolt on the side, and this makes it so much easier to actually get the oil filter on and off, basically, because it's got a little bolt over here which you can undo rather than using the actual oil filter remover tool I have. With this here, just a bolt to tighten up the actual filter, and it should be just hand tight, basically, which you need to undo the bolt, which is underneath on the left hand side of the bike, anti-clockwise, and start undoing it. There we go, and there we are. As you can see now, the oil is literally pouring out, and the bike's got a nice little lean to it on the front end, therefore the oil will pull out. Now you can actually see up close, don't know if the camera will pick this up basically, but you can actually see the shards that are on the middle part of the bolt. Let's get some light on it. You can see that it's not 100% clean. You can see that it's like almost like furry bits on the end of the bolt, so make sure you clean that up before you put the bike back in. It gets all rid of the crap basically on there. Right guys, now we're gonna get to taking the oil filter out, which I'm gonna use this trusty tool to get the oil filter out. And guys, if you're wondering to actually remove it hand tight, sometimes they do tend to be a bit more grippier, and also you need to give it real force. Make sure you're in the right direction of doing this for the oil filter, because the oil filter is actually it's actually right underneath where the bucket is. It's actually attached on the right hand side of the bike, so therefore as you're turning, you'll be in this direction here, and you've actually got to make sure you're turning to your right, because that will make sure you're turning it anti-clockwise. Do not go from the right hand side of the bike and actually tighten, you will end up tightening up. So make sure at the right end of the bike, right side of the bike, which I will be on the left side of the bike, and turning it to my right if I'm facing the right side of the bike. That is anti-clockwise. Right, so you have these little bolts as well, which I'm trying to torch on here, one over here and on the other side. Remove these two bolts, and then basically what that'll happen is you'll actually be able to move the radiator forward and then get the tool in between this, and this will actually come off. So now I've unscrewed it, more oil dropping out. Hold it on top of the actual bucket, and then hopefully when the oil drops out you can then pull the bucket out. So now we can see the difference between the oil filters, obviously, with the new one and the bolt on the side over here. You can see that. And then we have the old filter which has no bolt. That's why that tool that I had in my hand was very important. Make sure guys, when you have these out, wipe your hands clean, use a glove, fresh glove as well, but right now I don't need to use a glove at all because all the oil's coming out. And then I'll put the new one in, and then basically get the new oil in, and put the bolt back in as well. Make sure you put the bolt back in. If you don't, oil's gonna drop straight through, obviously. So we've got the new oil filter on, as you can see over there. So much easier with that bolt on there to tighten it and unscrew it as well. The bolt for the oil tank is back on. So now we've got to fill it. We've got to actually now first put this on for the radiator over here, and then fill up some oil, and we are good to go. Right, I've got the dipstick out, and now I'm going to pour basically 4.3 liters of oil in the Harley Vrod. Let's get this done and let's get a cold start, shall we? Right, welcome back to the next day, because last night I actually did the oil change at 6:30, finished about 8 o'clock, so I can't really do a cold start with all the neighbors out here. There's kids here, and you know, gotta be thoughtful, gotta be thoughtful. We're gonna give a cold start. But it's done. It is sorted. It's had an oil change. I'm happy. I actually did it on my brother's bike. It was worse because I didn't have the proper tools. Now I've got the proper tools. It's great.